Snake, have you seen 007 from Russia with Love?
Yes. 1963's 007 from Russia with Love is about the evil Spectre's evil plan to trick James Bond into stealing a Russian lector, some kind of code deciphering device, evilly, and then steal it from him in turn. I honestly don't have much to say about this one from a critical perspective. I didn't care for it overall. In fact, this is only the second James Bond film I've ever seen, and it's not helpful that the whole plan gets laid out in the first couple minutes of the movie, and then we watch as that plan just comes to fruition over the course of the next hour and a half. Like beat by beat, step by step, exactly how they say it goes in the first minute. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Columbo as much as the next guy, but this one doesn't have the extra layer of intrigue. There's no, like the key to Columbo is like, all right, we know that this is the dude who did it, but how's Columbo going to figure that out? This movie doesn't really go for that at all. In fact, James Bond doesn't even discover Spectre's plan. The bad guy just tells him. I'm more of a noir guy to a spy guy. I prefer kind of like the gritty PI who has to get by on his guts and his wits rather than the government agent who uses his black card to check himself into the finest hotel in Istanbul. Be that as it may. As a noir guy, there are still some cool shots in this movie. A couple of nice, like, guy in the shadows with their silhouette blasted up against the wall behind them. A couple cool things like that. And there's some stuff in this movie that is legitimately like, they don't fucking make them like this anymore stuff, but mostly at the end. It's also impossible to talk about this movie in the year of our Lord, 2025, without bringing up all the casual racism and misogyny in the movie. Not a good look, people from 60 years ago. The film, however, shines in its influence it had over the Metal Gear series. In fact, it's kind of absurd. The main plot line that I described to you is basically what Eva's plan is in Metal Gear Solid 3. I mean, like, we'll trick him into helping you steal this thing, right? It's kind of exactly the same plot. And I mean, even more superficially, we get some insane pulls. Like in the first minute of the movie, we got a guy D-pad walking. Another guy has a James Bond mask that's like a perfect, like, they take it off and then it's like, oh, you couldn't even tell the difference. So that, it was just Sean Connery, and then they had that last second where they pull the mask off. But you know what I mean? It's the Rykov mask. And I mean, the very stylish intro sequence, which, again, even in Metal Gear is a direct reference to these movies. Like, it is the Bond intro, as it's known. In this movie, they have like a projector projecting the credits in front of footage of women who are like, they're like doing this. It's real sexy. Yes. Alright, I can't do that too much. It's probably going to get us banned from YouTube. But like the credits like go over the curves, the curves of the ladies, and it's all enticing. It's very cool looking though. That's not me trying to downplay it. It's very cool looking. I like that. Something kind of funny is this is the second film in the series, but I mean, obviously with Metal Gear Solid 3 coming out in 2004, it kind of leans on further cultural impact that these movies had. Like, I think that's also present in Godzilla too, now that I think about it. Like, the Godzilla movies kind of developed into kind of fun action movies. Action, sort of. But they kind of developed into that, and Metal Gear is kind of like looking back on that. And that's not really what the first movie was. Metal Gear Solid 3 does the kind of same thing with 007 by, like, when you talk to Zero about it, he's like, oh, what if we gave you a pen shaped like a gun, or a gun shaped like a pen, a pen shaped like a gun? What good would that be? Or what if you had a snake shaped gun, or like stuff like that? That's not really the speed that this film operates on. This film is more like a we hid a knife in your suitcase type of thing. So, is James Bond the best thing to come out of England since the Mayflower? Trick question. Nothing good has come out of England. You know, I wrote that joke before I actually went back and listened to what Zero says during the call, and he actually says it's the biggest thing to come out of England since the Mayflower. And fuck that guy. Fuck Zero. He dies pissing his pants. All in all, I'm probably not going to go out of my way to watch another one of these movies, at least until Death Stranding 2 comes out and Data Savesman gives you another list of movies to talk about. I'm rating this one a Yabloco Maloko.
Not so